Welcome to the A2 Show with Andrew Cass and Aaron Parkinson, bringing you the trends and topics that affect our lives the most: business, politics, fitness, family, and finance. With over 50 plus years of combined business experience and over $1 billion in revenue generated, your hosts have a unique gift for seeing many steps ahead where others do not. They bring their unfiltered, contrarian views to the show every week to help you win in business and in life.
Oh boy, it's bad. Good to be back after a long summer hiatus here, Aaron. I feel like we haven't been live in about a month. I've got a list this big. Can you see the list of things we need to talk about here today?
It's a big list.
We've had a former president assassination attempt. We've had a current president drop out of a future race. We've had a candidate installed that's never happened before. And boy, oh boy, is it leading to a lot of instability and uncertainty when it comes to not only politics, but I think it's spilling into economics big time. I'm looking at the stock market today, down about 1,000 points as we speak. So, wow.
Yeah, we got a lot to cover today, and I was actually on vacation with my family for a couple of weeks, and you were blowing up my phone going, we need to do a show.
We need to better get live quick.
We need to go. And you were like, I hate you. And I'm like, well, I could do it from this, this cruise ship with my laptop and my headphones, but that's not really our style. So you were like, get back quick. We got lots to talk about.
So what you're saying is I ended your vacation single-handedly early to get you back in the studio to talk about America on the brink of collapse. Does that sound about right?
Ish.
Anyways, good to be back here, everybody. We've got a lot to cover here today. I want to talk about these three topics. We haven't even discussed the assassination attempt on Trump, so you'll get our take on that. Me as an American, Aaron as a Canadian, and now
I think we're gonna have very different takes on that. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, we can. And then we're going to talk about Biden just miraculously dropping out. And then we're going to talk about Kamala Harris being installed without any primary, which these are the things that happen in Russia, North Korea, and Venezuela. So that's an interesting, unprecedented thing that people on either side of the aisle should be extremely concerned about.
And I want to ask you some questions about that as well, because I'm not American, and I have some interesting questions about that I'm sure our listeners will as well. And then we're going to summarize it with, I did a big presentation for about 250 of the largest real estate investors in the United States. Yes, so we're talking about people who own anywhere from 50 units to 5,000 units. I did a big presentation for them yesterday talking about the pressure on the economy right now and what you need to do as a business owner to basically keep yourself afloat until the election is over.
So we're about 3 months out at the time of this recording, second day of August. Election, I want to say, is 6th or 7th of November. So about 100 days-ish, we're out. So, we've talked on shows before, specifically when we were doing our Sales Velocity TV show about the compression. Actually, I think it was an A2 show. Investment compression is big right now. People are really, really clamming up, and now we're seeing the stock market fold. And like I said in the beginning, but let's start with topic number one. So, Aaron, it's Saturday night. I'm on the way out the door to go to dinner with my son and my mom.
Yep.
We're going to Fleming's Steakhouse for dinner, and I get the push notifications from my independent news services that say gunshots heard. Or no, it didn't say gunshots, actually, which was interesting. It said loud popping sounds heard at a Trump rally. And I was like, here it is. I have very specifically predicted for well over a year now, as you know, that they're going for Trump. And I've been hesitant to say they're going to try to kill him, but I'll say it on my show, as I absolutely knew they were going to try to kill him. I don't know who they is, because there's so much, which we'll talk about now, because there's so many different theories. And I don't like to say conspiracy theories, because there's no such thing as a conspiracy. There's only a theory. And there's some really important theories that are happening right now. And the good thing is, from a bipartisan standpoint, Congress unanimously, Democrat and Republican, all were freaking out on the Secret Service. This was the greatest thing I've seen in probably 20 years. Is when
there was actually some solidarity there.
There was uniformity, which was good.
Yep.
Everybody was scared. And even the real, truly visceral Trump haters, I mean, people who hate Trump more than they love America, these kind of people, there's a fringe left that they hate Trump so much that they would like to see America burn if he does. Yep. Right? They were even like, this is the greatest breakdown in security history. And even the Democrats, who you could sell them anything for any price and they'd buy it. No questions asked. They were even like, there is no excuse for the head of Secret Service to not have seen a sniper setting up shop on a roof with essentially no training, a young kid with a ladder and a gun to access an event with snipers everywhere. My first reaction was, and I posted this on social media, no drones and no helicopters at a Trump rally? Or any rally, Biden rally, Trump rally, it doesn't matter. No aerial coverage was my immediate reaction. I was dead on that. But if you look at what has gone on since, the Secret Service, head of Secret Service was fired, and not fired, but she finally stepped down. She took heat from both sides, which was good. Yep. So they need to revamp Secret Service. But the videos are now coming out, and these are grassroots videos. These aren't Andrew or Aaron's videos. There's videos coming out right now. They're showing people like this, Aaron, for well over a minute. What is that guy doing on the roof?
Yep.
Do you see that guy on the roof? This went on, from last I heard, for at least 2 minutes. Which means the first thing that happens, and I'm no military guy, but I have half a brain, is the second that's happening, Secret Service goes like this: get the president off stage. Case closed. That's it.
Swarm that area.
But that's it. Like, that never happened,
Nope.
Which is why this thing stinks. And I'm not a big Trump fan. You're not a big Trump fan, but I don't want to see any American candidate get shot at.
It was a very weird scenario. It was a very weird scenario because when I saw it, I think it's one of those things. It was like when I watched the Twin Towers.
You and I watched. Do you remember? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
it's funny you brought that up.
When I watched the Twin Towers, I thought I was watching a movie. Like my brain had a hard time comprehending
100%
that it was real what I was watching.
I agree.
And I kind of had the same feeling when I was watching the news coverage of what had happened. Like, this can't be real. Like, this is too.
Now, you're in Canada at the time watching this?
I was on a cruise ship in Alaska when I was watching this. And then the first thing I thought to myself was, oh, thank God they missed. Not because I'm a big Trump lover. Oh, thank God they missed, because if they'd taken him out, I can't even imagine what the response would have been in America. Like,
it would have been civil war, Aaron.
Like, everyone talks about civil war all the time, and I think people throw that term around like too loosely. Like, when we talk about civil war is like a serious thing, and I think Americans always talk about civil war like it's something that they could just start tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think people take it literally, like guns in the streets. That's not what civil. I think the correct term is civil and social unrest.
Sure, but I actually thought if he got hit, that might actually trigger civil war.
Then you might be able to use the terminology.
Right. And so in my mind, I was thinking, oh, thank God for the world and for America that didn't happen, because there's just so much tension around Trump. I think it could have triggered something